G'day, AJ.
G'day, Momo. How you doing?
Mate, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you? How are
Right.
you?
Look,
Are you in holiday mode yet?
I am
I think you
so
are.
in holiday
I think
mode.
you are.
Just like the song we're about to do tonight, which might be set
Mm.
over a holiday, but we'll get into that in a minute. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am in holiday mode. I should introduce the episode though. I should just say welcome to another episode of Songs on the Couch. The
Sitting down, we're talking out. Breaking it down, talks on the couch. Music and minds will figure it out. Laughing and learning what it's all about. On the couch.
final episode before I head off to a summery destination where the weather is warm.
Leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again.
I really don't. No, I do. I will be. I'll be back at the end of the month. But yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be back at the end of the month. But yes, I'm jet setting in a couple of days to somewhere sunny and warm. And before I, really get too much further into that or this episode, I think we should introduce the song because we've just given the audience a little tease that it's going to be something about warmth and maybe summer. I don't know.
Well,
So tell me, AJ, tell
yeah.
us,
I was gonna say is that I hope your summer wasn't cruel.
stop
See what
it.
I did
You didn't. You went there.
I did go there.
Okay.
I had to because
Yeah, because why?
we're doing Taylor Swift.
Yeah, okay, that's a big sigh. Tell me about that
The
big
big sigh.
tell me about that big sigh, AJ. Why don't you just take me through that?
Well. Do I look like a Taylor Swift fan?
No, mate, you are
No.
middle-aged and white and male.
Oh, I didn't know colour had to really do with
No,
it, but I thought I'm middle-aged male at least. Okay, yeah,
true.
cool.
Yes, you're a
Yeah.
man.
Although, in saying that, I have spoken to a lot of dads who have had to take their 16-year-old daughters to Tay concerts, and they're like, you know what? It's actually like, it's. I can see how she's very popular and how it all goes down, and
Yeah.
she's got a good business model. So,
Yeah, look,
as much as
yeah.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I don't have much time or day for the music, to tell you the truth, because it's not my style of music, and that's okay.
Listen,
I'll stick to my lane.
you're
But
allowed your genres, you're allowed your musical taste. And look,
yeah.
she's not everyone's cup of tea. I mean, not everybody loves blatant pop music. But I think that she's kind of got a universal appeal to her, yeah, fan base. Uh, and I think it's a bit more than the music. I think the music is primary, but I think there's a bit more that sits around the appeal to her fan base, which we can get into later because we'll talk about the fandom,
Yes.
which is something that I'd like to talk about because
Yeah.
it's a great phenomenon that I'd like to talk about. But why don't we?
Well, it's a smart business venture. She's a smart businesswoman.
She really is a smart businesswoman. She's a talented musician as well, and
Oh yeah, absolutely. And look, I'm not going to say she's not a bad singer or anything. Like, there's just songs aren't just for me.
no, because
And I think the radio has played them so often. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay.
right,
Yeah,
it's just not your genre, and that's okay.
It's not my genre.
No, and
But you know what, listeners?
Yeah.
This middle-aged white male is giving it a crack. So,
yeah. And this middle-aged white woman, I'm not really of the fan base either. And we were talking off air, and you said,
yeah.
you said to me, well, I didn't know you were a massive Taylor Swift fan, Mo. And I was like, well, I'm not a massive fan. I'm more of a passive fan. And what I mean by that is that, her songs are really catchy. I really like the ones that I
Mm.
hear on the radio. I even pull out a few Taylor Swift songs on a karaoke night. This one in particular, which is,
Okay.
did we introduce it? And did we talk about how it came to be? I'm not sure we did.
No, I think I dad joked it by putting it in there. So if you haven't caught up by now, we're doing 2019's Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift.
By Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer. That's
Are we all caught up, kids?
Are we all caught up? Initially released in 2019, but it caught a lot of.
Hold on. Did I say 2009?
Oh, maybe you did. I don't know. No,
I was meant to say 2019.
19.
Oh, I don't know.
Originally
2019.
released in 2019, but it gained a lot of popularity during. I mean, I'm into interesting tidbits already. Sorry, I'll get there. Yeah.
We were saying off air as well that this is probably going to be a one-sided podcast episode. You probably hear very minimal of me, apart from like middle-aged rants, like almost like boomer. We'll say like boomer rants from a middle-aged. This fucking music sucks. Back in my day. So you tidbit away. I have got tidbits, but I'm sure if our listeners are Taylor Swift fans, they're going to be like, I already know this.
I know.
Like,
Well, of
I already
course
know
they
all
are.
this. I know all this. I know, like.
Of course they are. Yeah. And that's, you probably know like 0.5% of the Taylor verse, and I might know about 10% of the Taylor verse. But between us, we can
10.5. 10.05.
Yeah, we can offer the listeners that are here for the psychology a few interesting tidbits. And the Taylor Swift fans can, and we can, offer the Taylor Swift fans the psychology, not the tidbits, right?
This is true.
Although,
and if we have Taylor Swift fans, tell us in the comments below.
yeah, tell us. Yeah, tell us where we get it wrong, because we are so probably going to get it wrong. But back to my first tidbit. Can I finish that?
Oh yes. Sorry.
Yeah, so originally released in 2019, Cruel Summer was, but it gained a lot of popularity during her Eras tour, most recently, in, 2023 ish.
Right.
So, yes, it was re-released and it became a smash hit. Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't originally released as a single.
Okay.
It wasn't a song that was released as a single, but like you said, it was a fan favorite, which made it chart in like multiple countries, but not. It wasn't an actual single that she brought out from that album.
No. Oh, it was a song on the album, right? And then officially released as a single 4 years later, which is actually a little unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not.
Which I think is cool because what the artist or what the industry perceives as, this is going to be the single that blows me up, or like that, that's going to not bring in the money, but it's going to get the fan base kicked off. Isn't necessarily, once again, the customer is always right.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
The consumer has the last say, and if they're like, no, this is the song.
Yeah.
You need to be playing this song.
And I wonder if Taylor loved the song so much that, she put it on the set list of the Eras tour, and maybe she gave it her all as she was performing it, and the fans probably really, really started to dig it.
Yeah, well, I'd be very surprised if you're not a fan of your own music.
Right.
Like,
but, I mean,
I'm sure artists would want to play maybe not every single song,
but with a back catalogue like hers, I mean, there's a lot to choose from when you're putting.
Well, there is. That's it.
When you're putting together a set.
And when you're putting a set together as a musician, do you go, do I just put all the songs that are all the number ones, or do I try and put in some B-sides or some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some deep cuts.
Some deep cuts. Okay.
Some deep cuts. So maybe I feel like that this was a deep cut that became a single, which is very rare.
Yeah.
Not many deep cuts become like hit singles that I can think of, like
Well,
of all the bands that I listen to, and like I'm like, nah, you know, if I said, oh, this band's popular, and they're like, oh, I don't know, really know who that is, and then you mention their single, oh yeah, I know who that is, but then if you mentioned a deep cut, they'd be like, oh no, I still don't know who that is.
right. Could you explain to the people what a deep cut is?
A deep cut, so it's a song that's on an album that's not necessarily like it's a filler song, but it's also like pop. It's like popular underground. So it's
Right.
like one of their like this is one of our deep cuts. Like, you know, it's not really a song that every like the main popular listening knows who it is, but like if you're a hardcore listener, you really know this song, and this is a really good song.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
So it's really for the die-hard fans.
really for the diehard
It's
fans.
the
Yeah,
die-hard fans that really like take up this song and
yeah,
well,
yeah.
well listen, you
Like like for a band, for example, like Queen, you know, like their greatest hits, you would know all of their hit singles, but then they actually also brought out a greatest hits deep cuts, which was just like not B-sides, but they were all still, because Queen can't really do a bad song, but they're all their good songs, but not really the songs that got a lot of radio play, but they were still really fan favorites. They were trying to say, hey, if you liked our, you know, Bohemian Rhapsodies and singles, why don't you look at our other stuff that we put on our records as well that is still really good. So that's what a deep cut is.
okay, all right. So
Yeah.
so Tay Tay is bringing in the deep cuts and oh look, she's breaking through glass ceilings all over the joint, She's right, but Cruel Summer is, I'm sure there's a few fun facts around that. Have we got any interesting tidbits? Should we get into some interesting tidbits? Or have we got interesting tidbits about Tay Tay herself?
I've got a bit of both.
Okay, go ahead.
Writers, so it wasn't just Tay, and we can, now this is the ultimate question. Are only diehard fans allowed to call her Tay Tay, or is this like an anyone can call her Tay Tay? Like, as me as a not a fan, do I call her by Taylor Swift, or am I allowed to call her Tay Tay?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think it's personal preference because I don't think that we matter to Taylor Swift. I don't think
No, but I'm saying like the fan base. They're like, no, you can't call her Tay Tay unless you're a hardcore fan.
they call
Like,
themselves Swifties, don't they?
oh, there you go. See, there you go. So, all right, I rest my case.
Yeah, if you're a if
Doesn't
you're
matter.
a if you are a
I'm not a
diehard
hardcore fan. I'm not. I'm not a Swiftie.
if you're a
Clearly,
no, you're not a Swiftie, and I'm kind of maybe a softie, like somewhere.
like a maybe.
I'm a yeah, half Swiftie. I don't know, quarter
Yeah, you're
Swiftie.
j- you're just you're just sweet.
Yeah, I'm a sweet. Yeah.
I'm a sweet.
I appreciate her and what she stands for and represents, but
Yeah.
I'm not a hardcore fan. I wouldn't know any deep cuts. Wouldn't know any deep
Wow.
cuts.
You would, because this could have been a deep cut
Well,
if it didn't become a popular single.
right, I really could have, couldn't I? But no, would I? Because I don't listen to the albums, you see.
Oh, this is true. See,
Yeah,
no, this is
so
true.
if I don't
Yeah.
if I don't
This is an accidental deep cut single. Yeah, this is true.
this is a deep cut that became a single. I mean, I wonder
Yeah.
if we can think of any other artists who had a deep cut that became a single. I don't know if Queen had any. Don't know.
Nah, all their singles were singles.
Ah, okay, right. Well, here we
Yeah.
are with a deep cut single. Uh,
Yeah.
anyway, let's get to the interesting tidbits.
Interesting tidbits. Well, I was a little bit surprised because one of my favorite artists co-wrote this song with Taylor Swift.
Might
Saint
that
Vincent.
be?
Yeah. Do you know who Saint Vincent is?
I don't. You'll have to school me.
Okay. She's a really good like guitarist. She's played with notable musicians as well as like being a solo artist. She did an album with David Byrne from Talking Heads. They did an album together, like a really obscure. She's kind of like a indie slash artsy like type of artist, but also delves in like synth pop, electro pop. So think like modern new wave in that era.
Right.
Who else has she played? She got on stage with like the remaining members of Nirvana and did like some Nirvana songs. Yeah, she's well known as a guitarist and a solo artist. So yeah, when I saw, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. I can see why it's a really synth poppy, electro poppy, pop rocky type song that I'm not used to, or like that I'm not used to, but like I was expecting this Taylor Swift song to be kind of like all of her other, well, like Shake It Off, the well known ones that everyone knows, even if you're not a Taylor Swift fan. Like I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. I like uh, that little writing complex, I guess.
Right.
Writing
Okay.
complex, writing
No.
co-
What?
cooperation,
Yeah, the
collaboration, writing
collaboration.
collaboration.
Who's about to go on holidays? Me or you?
Not me. Yeah, so I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So it
yeah.
was a co-written song.
It was actually co-written by Taylor Swift, Jack Antonoff, and Saint Vincent, or Annie Clark is her real name, but her stage name is Saint Vincent. I suggest you really look up Saint Vincent stuff. It's really cool if you like that modern. Yeah, it's art. It's not indie and it's not rock. It's like art. It's almost art rock.
Okay. Is that a genre? I
Yeah,
never heard of that as
it's
a
a
genre.
genre. Yeah, it's a. Oh,
Would
there's lots
like
of.
would
There's so many genres.
who else would be art rock that I would know? You know who came to my head was
Yeah,
Grace Jones. Would that be art rock?
yeah, maybe art rock kind of came up, kind of falls into like the new wave era of the 80s.
Like
You
Duran
know,
Duran, Flock of Seagulls.
yeah, kind of. They were more new wave. I'd have to like, I don't.
We're gonna have to give it a
1 second,
Google.
please.
One moment. One moment. Please,
One
please
moment.
hold. Should I do some
Yeah.
some hold music? Do do
Do
do
do do.
do 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 do.
Okay, so art rock were like, see, they put David Bowie in art rock, but he was more, I would say, more glam. Roxy Music,
Right. Let's.
Radiohead, Muse, like
Ah,
okay, so more recent, like Bjork, she's like really art rock.
okay. All right. So that's
Yeah,
Saint
so like
Vincent.
yeah, Saint Vincent's on the list. Yeah, Muse, like complex song structures, like thematic concept albums, fusion genres like jazz, classical, electronic, avant-garde, like experimental productions, artistic presentations. So okay, I can see why Bowie they'd put him as art rocks because he was
Talking
he,
Heads would.
Talking Heads. No, well, they were more new
A
wave.
new wave. Okay.
Um,
Right.
yeah, because Saint Vincent does come in like with like pretty cool like outfits and stuff like that, and she's got like really artsy type guitars as well, like almost like avant-garde guitars. Like it's the guitars are like an art piece themselves, so it's like yeah. And just the way she performs on stage is very, it's almost like an art piece. Like her dance moves are very, not robotic, but quite artistic in that sense as well. So I can see where all that influence has come into this song.
Art rock coming in.
Art rock coming
Okay,
in.
coming in hot to Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, that's cool.
That is
So
interesting.
there you go.
Yeah.
See, here's my closed-minded brain going, no, no. And then I'm like, oh, actually,
It's
see, artists that I like
cracked open.
collaborate with artists that I might not necessarily give a chance to. It's
There you go. Yeah, I love it when that
lesson to
happens.
your listeners: do not be closed-minded.
Do not be close-minded. And I never would have thought that, a tattooed young fellow such as Post Malone would do a collaboration with someone like Taylor Swift, but they did. And
Yeah,
there's lots of collaborations that go on between artists regardless of genre, and sometimes it comes up with a beautiful creation like Cruel
yeah.
Summer.
Yeah. Well, like even indie artists who did a cover of a full 1989 album, that I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. So all genres appreciate,
Yeah.
artists. And see, I should have put my artist hat on. Instead of going, I'm just a listener that doesn't like pop music. Like, there's artists that actually might not like her music, but they actually went, oh, okay, this is actually really good songwriting. And then let's do a full, like, an artist that you would think who wouldn't really do covers of Taylor Swift, then covered her full 1989 album, which is
And
a pretty
then,
good damn cover version.
right. And then you've got, people like Australia's G Flip, who's our local
Oh, yes.
pop rock drummer. Who did a Cruel Summer cover. And if you're an international listener and you don't know about that one, you should get on the YouTubes and watch.
Very underrated drummer.
Yeah, watch G Flip do a smashing cover of Cruel Summer for Triple J's like a version. I know. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pun intended, for sure.
Pun intended of G Flip on Triple J, which is the public youth broadcaster here in Australia, like a version of Cruel Summer. Yeah. So
It's pretty cool.
it is, isn't it? All right, what else?
Yeah.
What else can you tell me about this song or Tay Tay or?
Oh, well, let's go a little bit back to when Tay Tay all started, shall we?
Okay, yeah, let's go there.
So, she grew up on a Christmas tree farm. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I
I didn't
mean,
know that either. I'm like, that's cool.
the
Your
Swifties
parents
know
were Christmas
that.
tree farmers. I'm sure the Swifties know that. But let's just assume that our listeners aren't all Swifties.
Yeah, a lot of them are here for the psychology.
That's right.
Maybe I don't know. I don't want to conflate myself.
They're here for us,
They're
Mo.
here for us.
They're here for us.
Yeah.
They're not here for them. They're here to listen to
I don't
us,
know.
of course.
I don't want to conflate my importance. Or
That's right. Yeah. Stroke our egos, shall we?
That's
Ego is
right.
not a dirty word. Ego is
No,
not a dirty
it's
word.
not. Yeah.
Massive. Well, she was obsessed with Shakespeare and poetry, so hence obviously the smart lyrical writing. Even though a lot of people think that all of her songs about, her breakup of a certain person at the time, and then she writes a hit song about them. But I'd probably say that's very stereotypical, and
Yeah,
that's what
she's just out there life, and she's just living life.
the media wants you to know.
and
That's
and,
it.
and heartbreak happens, and you know what? From pain comes art. But I don't think we set about to create the pain to create the art. I think just life be life, and
That's it.
Yeah, and she's had a few relationships, had a few heartbreaks, and it has born some beautiful music.
That's it. Absolutely. Wrote her first song when she was 12.
Wow. Is there a story in
Obvious-
here about how, I don't know, I'm trying to remember a story that I heard, that I saw. She had a guitar, someone gave her a guitar, maybe someone was doing some work on the house. I don't know. The Swifties are going to be up in arms saying, how could you not know? I don't know, there's...
How do you not know this?
Yeah, something about that. And she became intrigued by learning how to play the guitar.
Yeah. Well, she's self-taught. She's self-taught how to play guitar.
Right, good for her.
Yeah.
It's no mean feat. It's not easy to learn how to play the guitar, and especially to
Yeah.
teach yourself. I mean, I suppose she was, old enough, young enough, I don't know, born enough for the YouTube era. She probably learnt a lot.
I would say so. Well, she's born in 1989. So,
Yeah.
she's 36,
Yeah.
37,
I
something
don't
like that.
know when the YouTube era started. Yeah, okay, so yeah.
YouTube era started in 2007.
Okay, all right.
2006, 2007.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
So,
she was gifted her first guitar at the age of 12 from her grandmother.
there you go. Yeah.
And taught herself chords by watching online tutorials, reading chord books, and experimenting.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah,
Why do we need to do a podcast when all the information's there on the internet?
that's right. Because, I don't know, people are lazy and don't want to look it up for themselves, and
Maybe.
they're happy for it to listen to us tell them
Maybe.
for them. I don't know. Let's hope that's what it is, and they just like the sound of our voice. and they're like,
Maybe.
"Oh, yes, Mo and AJ, you can tell us what it's all about. I'm here for you. I'm not here for the Google searching."
Okay, I'm here for you to tell us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously being, Pennsylvania, I'm not sure much about the Christmas Tree Farm, but started off as we all know, started off as a country, doing country songs, country pop songs.
Okay, when did she release her first single, first album? How old was she? 14, 13, 14?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Yep.
Right. We are
Uh,
such bad Taylor Swift.
well, her favorite number is 13.
Is it?
It's her lucky number.
Okay.
And she's incorporated it subtly into album releases, lyrics, and tour dates. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, and look, I'm gonna
16. She was 16 when she signed her first record label. Her
record
deal.
deal with a label. Okay. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
right, she was 16. Okay, wow, that's young.
Yeah, but the first woman to win an album of the year through the Grammys 3 times.
She's very
Yeah, and she's
accomplished.
been recognized as Billboard's Woman of the Decade 2010. Her debut album went platinum within a year, despite being just 16 when she first signed her first record. So that's pretty good.
It's very
Yeah,
impressive. Very
yeah,
impressive.
yeah.
Go
But
Taylor.
she's been writing songs since the age of 12. So she's probably been, we'll say the age of 12, writing songs and, probably doing like local things as a teenager does, playing at school and all those fun things, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Picked up by someone.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure the Swifties know the story.
they
We
do.
don't.
They do. I'm sure they do. And they're going to tell us all about it in the comments.
Oh, we are so gonna get absolutely dragged over the coals.
Probably.
All
But you know what? That's fine. I'm here to be educated. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can't be a knower of all things.
No, that
No.
is true. But
No.
there's been some poor research skills on our behalf. But well, I did not know those things about the Cruel Summer collaboration.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah.
Any more on Cruel Summer?
Well, no, not so much on Cool Summer. I know, like, she's very, and I think this is probably why the fans love her so much, because she is very devoted to her fans. She is famous for sending, gifts to fans, like everything from like Christmas presents, like handwritten notes, like even though she's become like she's gone from country music, okay, that didn't quite work out, pop music, then blown up. She's still, she's there for her people, for the fans of the music. She hasn't sold herself out and is just producing music for the sake of it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
she's doing all the right things for the young
The
fandom. The young fandom, because her fandom is young.
Yeah.
They.
Well, not
I'm sure that her
not
concept. Oh,
necessarily. I believe that Lee Sales and Annabelle Crabb from the ABC are Swifties. They love Taylor Swift.
okay.
And they're
Yeah.
middle-aged ladies like my good self. I think that she transcends age groups, but I think, let's talk a little bit about the fandom. Can I get into it? Can I get into
Go
some
for it, please.
Maybe we could do a little bit better in this segment because look, I think there's so much to know about Taylor Swift, and
There is.
let's not profess to know
Well,
everything. We can't know everything, as you said, and
no, that's right.
but
And look, she has copped a lot of flack too, and obviously come with that prize of fame comes
criticism.
not hate, but it comes, people who are sore losers.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
We'll put it as that.
are you thinking about Kanye West? Is that what you're? Is that
Sure am. Look, he's on a whole different playing field anyway to start with. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's But what we're
He's-
referring to is the very memorable incident of when Kanye stormed the stage
during the VMAs.
during the VMAs.
MTV VMAs.
Yeah, MTV VMAs when she won Best Video for You Belong to Me.
Yeah.
And so
Over Single Ladies by Beyonce.
over Single Ladies by Beyonce, and Kanye with his sense of entitlement thought that it was okay for him to interrupt her acceptance speech. And it was not. There were a lot of boos from the audience, and
Even Beyonce herself was a bit shocked because I read up that even after the speech, Beyonce invited her on stage and they sang a song together for Beyonce to kind of say, "I'm sorry that happened to you. Like no heart, like no bad feelings between us, please." Like,
well, that was kind of Beyonce to offer that, and kind of Taylor to accept, because
yeah.
you know,
I wouldn't. I can't. Well, look, and I'm not a Beyonce fan, or by any means. I wouldn't picture her as a narcissistic. You know, I think she'd be
she seems like a good egg.
yes, like Taylor Swift. You know, it's all about
Yeah.
doing the right thing in the music
Yes.
industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can't afford to be cancelled these days, can you? You got staff
No,
on the payroll. You got bills to pay.
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
But I think that, this sort of, Taylor was only 20 years of age when this happened to her from Kanye. And I think this is, if we want to talk about some constructs here that the fans really lean into, I think it's Taylor's feminism. She's really done a bit of work to challenge sort of toxic male privilege, and she was okay. So I'm just kind of thinking of the incidences. There was like a radio DJ that sexually assaulted her. He like
Okay.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, and it was on camera when it happened. I think I look
Yeah, right.
the fans will know what happened, but he touched her inappropriately from behind, and
Yep.
so she
Cheeky grab, cheeky
a
pinch.
cheeky grab. Could have been more than that. I'm not sure what happened, but she certainly called that out, and she
Good
yeah,
on her.
she I think he maybe she called it out publicly, and then he countersued or something like that, and she
What's saying like she came onto me first,
no, I don't know.
like
It
something
wasn't like
stupid like
that.
that.
Maybe it was because of, the sort of the public defamation, or, like
Oh
calling it
yeah,
out publicly, or
yeah,
something like that. And she,
yeah, right.
she countersued for $1 or something like that, just to maybe drag him through the court for court costs or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know. The
yeah.
Swifties are gonna tell me I've got it wrong, and that's okay. But
Look, I have no doubt that she has gone through she has probably gone through a lot to get where she is. Look, I know we all know the music industry is very male dominated, and they probably wouldn't like someone like Taylor Swift uh, dominating the music charts without them having a say or anything like that. Because I think she does. She's a very smart businesswoman. I think she does a lot of this stuff all on her own. Like she doesn't need like the big music companies telling her what to do.
yeah, and that really came through with her. And this is more about feminism, when Scooter Braun bought her masters. She has really struggled to regain control of her masters, and she has been re-recording her first 6 albums to own her masters and fight for control over her music. And she's, so she's a real feminist. She's not going to let the dudes win. She's just so she's even sort of depicted this this toxic, masculinity that happens in the music industry, and just in generally in her music video for The Man, which is a
Yeah,
song called The Man that she did in 2020. So,
yeah.
and yeah, she's just fighting for women everywhere. She's a real feminist, and she's
Yeah.
she's calling it out, and we need more of that. Although, if we get to the psychological analysis of Cruel Summer, I'm not sure that she's particularly feminist in that, but I'll get to that in a minute. I did want to talk about the fandom, I think. I really
Yeah,
did want to
go for it.
talk, about her appeal. She's I think there's a whole collective consciousness with Swifties. They are sort
Yeah.
of, it's a collective sort of attachment to her, and it's a parasocial attachment. Parasocial means that it's kind of one-sided. It's a one-sided relationship, right? But they feel like there's a, I think because of, what you were saying earlier, there's been lots of videos of her with fans, gifting fans, engagement with fans. When you watch this as a fan, even though it's not happening to you, you kind of feel a sense of sort of intimacy, I suppose, with her, even
Yeah.
though
Like a
like
connection.
a connection and intimacy. Yeah. So she's, I mean, that is smart marketing, right? That's to sort of tap into parasocial intimacy, which is that one-sided relationship stuff through mirroring, like having fans sort of watch her engagement with other fans, which kind of strengthens the fan base. Is a very smart business move, but it's also kind of speaks to her warm and
Yeah.
fuzzy and her really generous, kind nature. Like, I think she's a great human being. And I think she's a very considered human being. I don't know if you, no, you haven't watched her documentary called Miss Americana,
No,
but
no. Sorry, I don't mean to say it like that, but like, no, 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 I haven't. No.
well,
Not like, oh, no, no, no. But
Well, for
no.
anyone listening, who's a bit of a softie or a swi, you're not a full
A
Swifty.
swear. A swear.
You're not.
Swear.
You're a swi.
A
You're not
swear.
a full Swifty. You're a bit of a swi. Um, to watch the documentary because, all of her business decisions and even her political decisions are very considered. She's really thoughtful and considered, and
Yeah.
yeah. So
Her voice doesn't just get carried off into the wind.
no, no, it doesn't. She makes
Yeah.
good decisions, and she's very seen by her fans. But what they also see is a bit of self recognition through her. It's like her experiences and what she talks about in her songs are sort of the narrative that she talks about in her songs. Often people see themselves in it because she talks a lot about universal experiences of love and it and heartbreak and self-worth and agency, and she sings it, they all feel it, uh and they just feel really seen and heard. So she's, yeah, she speaks to a lot of
So,
people.
so tell me about the whole brace, because you were talking about the one-side dimension, audience. The listeners, even though they might not be receiving gifts, but they feel like that it's also a part of them.
Yeah.
Tell me about the bracelets, like, because I've seen like these friendship
Yeah.
bracelets, or like, is that part of the whole business model? Like, only because I know, like, when she came out, was it last year or like earlier this year? No, everyone was like gifting bracelets to it. I made you. Oh, you're a Taylor Swift man. I made you a friendship bracelet. Like, it's almost like a sisterhood, or like a, I don't want to say a cult. It's a little bit cultish, but
It
no, no,
is.
no. It's like one of us. Join the Swifties. Take a bracelet.
It is it's a symbolic manifestation of belonging, right? But
Yeah.
it does come from a lyric on her song "You're on Your Own, Kid," and so the lyric is, "So make the friendship bracelets, take the moment and taste it," and it's just about, they're traded, like it was sort of a trend from the Eras tour
Yeah.
where these friendship bracelets were made and traded, and it's about
Yeah.
shared
Yeah.
experience and connection and making new
Yeah.
memories and just like really
Yeah.
cementing yourself as part of the collective. it's a symbol of being part of the the Swifty collective. And
Okay.
so she
Okay.
uses a lot of this, like, us kind of, uh I'm not gonna,
We're all one.
yeah, it's not marketing, it's just, it's a phenomenon. And this us phenomenon, um she perpetuates it through the use of things like Easter eggs in her songs, right? She
I did see that she does put a lot of Easter eggs in her song.
Yeah, she does. And she puts them in there and fans decode them. And,
Mm-hmm.
like, decoding kind of gives us a bit of structure to uncertainty if we can make meaning from things. And that's what we do in trauma therapy a lot, actually, is we
Yeah.
make meaning. That's the way that we process what's happened
Mm-hmm.
to us and things that we've been through making meaning about it. And so that's another way that she kind of brings people together, is through this, like, structured meaning making process. So it makes, I don't know, it makes things feel um, more connected, I suppose,
Mm.
is what I'm
Mm.
trying to say. So yeah, the fandom is a phenomenon that, like, I was going to say like no other, but I just don't know the mechanisms of other fandom. Like, there has been culty, not culty, but there has been
I can't think of any.
no, I can think of very strong fandom, like the Deadheads, which are what are the Deadheads? Far out. The Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead. They're a
Oh
band in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
70s.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
60s.
Oh, 60s, right? Yeah, they're a band,
But 70s,
70s.
60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, just hordes of fans, like a collective kind of consciousness. I don't know what that was about. I'm
Mm.
also thinking of another fandom, and I really don't know if I should put this in the same realm as Taylor Swift, but it's something about the collectiveness. It's about the ideology. I think for
Yeah.
Swifties, the ideology is really, about, it is about heartbreak and, growth and self-development and rising like a phoenix from the ashes and going
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
different life stages and learning things about yourself
Mm-hmm.
and the world. These are the kind of constructs that connect the fandom with Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
other band that I was thinking about, the other artist, is, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They have a collective fandom in the
Yeah.
States. I don't know, maybe globally. I don't know. I'm not sure what the constructs of the collectiveness of the fandom are. I mean, I feel like it's
Yeah.
like opposition to authority. I feel like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, it's hypersexuality. But, oftentimes fan bases, gain momentum through collective ideals. And
Yeah.
the ideals for Taylor are those things that I said before. It's like, the archetype of the wronged woman,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
transforming humiliation into growth, reframing your emotional pain into, like I said, rising like a phoenix from the ashes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So it's all about the collectivist constructs that bind the Swifties together. It's about making memories. It's
Mm.
about growing. It's about working
Yeah.
through your heartbreak. It's about
Yeah.
man-
Talking about
talking about
experiences.
experiences, managing your
Yeah.
traumas,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just, like, being uh, uh, honoring your femininity and sticking it to the man, and yeah, a whole lot of other stuff. But I mean, we haven't even really talked about Cruel Summer. We've talked about,
We haven't. There's a psychology in itself just talking about the fan base of Taylor Swift, I think.
it really is. It really is. And I think that it's not a new phenomenon, this collective
Mm.
ideology thing.
No.
But, it's probably the finest example that we've ever seen of it, and the biggest example of we've ever seen it.
Mm.
And it actually does transcend. I mean, it's not a young person's belonging. It does actually transcend like race, culture, um,
Mm.
gender, sexuality. Like she's got a massive mix of all ages, genders, sexualities,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
cultures, races. She's pretty universal because she speaks about universal truths about heartbreak and growth. And I don't know, I'm banging on about it a bit, but um, that's why people love her, because they see themselves in her.
Yeah, yeah,
She
of
holds a
course.
mirror up, and when you, and this is why therapy works, is when you feel seen by someone, when you describe
Mm.
something that's happened to you, and someone says back to you, "So was it like this, and this?" And you're like, "Oh my god, that is it." You see that.
Yeah.
It's those
Yeah.
aha moments that make you feel
Yeah.
validated and vindicated and alive, when someone else sees you. And that's what Taylor Swift offers to the fandom. But
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
talk about Cruel Summer, which is, if we think about summer, what comes to your mind? If we think about summer, if we think
Oh,
about, let's think about this kind of summer.
this summer?
No,
Okay.
no, no, no. I'm going to describe the summer. Hang on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Go, go.
Okay. The summer I'm talking about is like the American
Beaches?
the American summer holidays. Let's say a
Mm.
college kid after the first year of college,
Okay,
having the
yeah.
whole summer off. What are
Mm.
what are we thinking happens in that summer?
Well, like when you think, say, some, I think like spring break, like going to like California or like,
Well, that's not summer,
um,
that's spring. Sorry, obvious. Boom, boom, boom,
that
tish.
is so true. No, no, but you think like that's what like, well, duh, spring break is for spring break, but like that whole, going to the, well, what do they do at spring? They still go to the beach
They
and
do
they
go to
still
the
go to
beach.
like,
Yeah, and in summer
they go
they
to
do
like those
that too.
summery spots, California
Yeah.
beach.
And forbidden love.
Sure. I was more think. I had like my '60s brain going. I'm like, oh
Okay.
yeah, like summer love. Oh yeah, I guess summer love, like '60s California
Yeah.
surfing, beach.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's,
didn't think of love, summer love. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. Like lots, okay, in summer, you travel places, lots of people from different places converge on one place,
true.
right? So,
Yep.
and then, when they're converging on one place, you're meeting people that you might not normally meet.
Mm,
And then, if we think of like middle-aged summer in Australia, it's around the Christmas time, and you're just cutting loose. You're just letting everything go,
true.
you know?
New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Yeah. You just
You're like, I'm single. I'm ready to mingle. It's New Year's Eve. Yeah,
yeah.
I guess you're right.
You're
Yeah.
just cutting
Yeah.
loose, right? I mean, yeah, yeah, there's flavors of that in this song, I reckon, but I think really
Summer flings.
summer flings, I think so. And this
Yeah.
particular fling was rather cruel by the sounds of it. If we get
Well,
into it,
you wouldn't call it cruel summer if it wasn't cruel.
right? Yeah, it wasn't a
Yeah.
gentle summer.
It wasn't a cool summer. you know?
No, it was pretty cruel. So, okay, what's the analysis? I mean, I think it's about sort of this well, it's not forbidden love, but maybe it's a love that's kind of not quite working. The attachment styles in this love are very different, but I think we start off with the dopamine high on this love. That's where we start
Yep.
off.
Yep.
The dopamine high is, first lyric, fever dream high in the quiet of the night, you know that I caught it. I mean, this is
Mm-hmm.
about the onset of acute romantic hyperarousal. It's kind of what
Well, you want a bad boy, don't you?
you do want
You
a
want
bad
someone you don't.
boy.
Yeah, you're like, I'm ready to get down and dirty. I
Right.
want someone who's not rough and clean, or rough.
Right.
What is it? I want someone who's rough and dirty.
Well, yes, and that could be a bit forbidden because
Mm,
um the what's the word I'm looking for? The part of us that is pretty tightly controlled and doesn't take risks, that
mm.
risk averse part of us is going, "No, girlfriend, don't go there."
Yeah, yeah.
But this guy is in the early stages of attraction. He's a little dangerous, and he's given us all the
Mm,
dopamine highs.
mm-hmm.
And and we're buying it. We're buying that dopamine high. And we are losing all critical thinking.
Yep.
And we are just in the limerence phase. The limerence phase is that kind of,
The honeymoon phase.
yeah, that kind of lustful phase where
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can't see the red flags, can you?
No.
No.
And honeymoon in the summer is not a good thing, I guess. I don't
I
know.
think all of the defenses are down. All of the inhibitions are they're out the window. The
Yeah.
risk aversion is out the window. So,
Well, yeah, because you're willing to do whatever it takes to get what you want, isn't it?
and you're willing to
You're like,
suffer.
I don't care about the future. I want it
I
now.
want it
I
now.
want it right
I
now.
want it now. But
I know what I want, and I want it now.
sang that.
Yeah.
Who was that?
See?
Or is
Oh.
that you? Did you just make that up?
No, 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 no. That's a song from the 90s. Everyone knows that. Come on, you
Do
should know
they?
that
I don't
song.
think the
I
Swifties.
know what I want, and I want it now.
No, I don't know that song. Well, maybe I do. Maybe it's your rendition. I don't know. Sorry.
Ouch. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going, and I'll
Oh yeah,
bring up
you'll bring
the
it up. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So,
I'll bring it. Yeah.
well, it is about, knowing what you want, but is what you want good for you? Because what we are presented with here,
No, it's not good for you.
is it good for you? No, it's not.
And
Because
I should know. I've been actually. I should probably take a leaf out of Taylor's lyric book here because I've definitely been one of those people.
right? And it's the dangerous person that we're attracted to, but they are often the ones that are the most avoidant of us. So what we're seeing here is the classic anxiously attached and avoidantly attached dance, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
anxious attachment is that someone who fears abandonment, needs constant reassurance, and the avoidant is like, oh, you're too close and intimacy is dangerous, so back off,
Yeah.
right? So this is, a recipe for disaster. And but there is a part of her that is repressing her authenticity and who she really is, because
Yeah.
she is someone who's a bit risk averse, and she's saying, I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you. So she's repressing those parts of her that are telling her, listen, girlfriend, this might not be a good idea. There's a few red flags here. And then, she's been riding that dopamine high. And then the lyric is, it's blue, the feeling I've got. And she's on the dopamine crash now. This is the dopamine depression crash.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's had the high with the it's new, the shape of your body, right? Because that's always thrilling, isn't it? Discovering someone new and all that stuff. But then she's got the dopamine crash. She's got the limerent depression, we might call it. The limerence phase is coming to an end, and we're crashing.
Yeah.
And she's and then she's drunk in the back of the car and crying like a baby coming home from the bar, which says that there's been a lot of emotional repression here. She's been like feeling very anxious in her attachment. She's been needing constant reassurance. The avoidant new summer fling partner is not giving her the reassurance that she needs. So she's got drunk. She's got the substance assisted truth serum, which has the alcohol has lowered her defenses, and all
Her beer goggles are gone, you know.
no, her beer goggles are well, are
Are
they?
on. Her beer goggles are on. Yeah,
Beer
yeah.
goggles are on, are they?
Yeah.
Beer,
Because that's when after a couple of drinks, someone who you might not find necessarily attractive or someone that you go for is suddenly like a 10 out of 10.
super attractive. Yeah, that's right. So the red flag guys, super attractive, but
Your beer goggles are showing.
yeah, but red flag guy is not giving you the reassurance that you need. So you are crying like a baby coming home from the bar, and all of the
Yeah.
feelings are flooding out. And it is cathartic and mortifying because you really want this romance to work.
Yeah.
But there is a realization that it's not really working, and I'm not getting the assurance that I need. So, it's a cruel summer, AJ.
Sure
It's
is.
cognitive dissonance. It's that simultaneous experience of joy and pain. There is the hot romance with the new dude, which has given you all the feels, and you are deep in it, but the alarm in your brain is like, stop it.
That's right.
It's yeah.
Well, and you're probably regretting it when you're doing the walk of shame the next morning.
You probably are, because the
Yeah.
the inhibition part of your brain is like, man, this isn't good for my psyche, because this guy can't give me what I need, but I really want the thing, but it's dangerous, it's going to hurt my feelings, and that's
That's a tomorrow's problem.
is it?
That's tomorrow's Taylor Swift problem, you know.
You
That's
know,
not now Taylor Swift's
but
problem.
Cruel Summer is the soundtrack for that mental anguish that you're going through on the walk of shame home, and so
Now,
so
I have to ask, have you ever done the walk of shame?
haven't we all done the walk of shame? We've all done, have we?
I can't say I have. No, I've never
You
done.
know?
Oh no, wait, yes, I lie. I have done the walk of shame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
I have.
sometimes actually
Mine was more the catching the train of shame.
the
I
catching
had to get back on the train to go home of shame.
catching the train of shame. I think even
Yeah,
sometimes, I was going to say, when you are starting a new relationship, you can have all of these conflicting feelings until you feel absolutely safe.
yeah.
Emotionally, you can feel like very vulnerable. And, you can, yeah, when you've got these conflicting feelings and you've got the Cruel Summer soundtrack on the train of shame home,
The train of shame home. Yeah,
you're weighing it up. You're weighing it
yeah.
up. Like, is this safe? What are the red flags? Does the inhibited part of me need to step in and say, "Whoa, girl, this ain't good for you"? So, yeah, I think it's, this
But
song,
how many people,
yeah.
honestly, walk of shame would never have existed if people went, hold the brakes. I'm going to listen to myself right now. I'm not going to do this. I'm telling you that it's never happened.
No, because I think as humans, we're all impulsive.
Yeah.
We have delayed,
I know what I want.
and
And
I
I
want it
want it
now.
now.
Actually, that does ring a bell. Who sung that? Did you
Yes.
look it up?
Yeah. So the song's called Mr. Vane by Culture Beat. It's like it's like a dance track from like
They
1993.
call it Mr. Vane. They call him Mr.
Yeah,
Vane.
Mr. Vane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
Right, Mr. Vane. I know what I want, and
What
I
I want
want
and
it
I
now.
want it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's come back full circle, as I might do at the
Oh,
end of a
yes.
therapy session. Let's
Yes.
bring it back
Yes.
around. This is like summer.
It's
It's symbolizing liberation, being footloose
mm,
and fancy free.
mm.
A little bit of heat. but also a bit of
Not just with the sun.
no, but also a little bit of temporary madness, and it's not just sunstroke.
No. Someone forgot their sunscreen.
That's right. It is the inevitable aftermath of, I suppose, you are following your impulses, but your
Yeah.
inhibitions are saying, girl, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to hurt your feelings. He's going to hurt your feelings. But you know what? If you're a Taylor Swift and you're a Taylor Swift fan, what will also inevitably happen is that you will make meaning from your experiences and you will learn from them and you will rise like that phoenix from the ashes. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're like, actually, yeah, no. Okay, just because she did it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to risk
You
that.
might
I'm not
you
doing
might learn from Taylor's lessons. You might say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm having this feeling, this very conflicted feeling. I'm remember a little song about that where he looked up grinning like a devil." And then I ended up in the back of a car crying like a baby coming home from the bar. Maybe I'll learn from Taylor's experience and make that a no-go zone.
No, that's it. That's it.
Well,
Or if you want
yes.
your cake, you can, if you got to eat it too,
Yes, well, apparently you can't have your cake and eat it too, which means that when you have your
No.
cake, it's a bit fraught.
Yeah,
So,
true.
but a lot of lessons here from Taylor and Cruel Summer. What a track, what a tune, what a deep cut that became a single.
This is true. Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
and, we might be middle aged and you might be a zero Swifty and I'm a Swi. But
A sweet.
a
Yeah,
Swi.
sweet.
But we've made it work and we've done a little bit of analysis and we thank you, Taylor, for all the good work that you're putting out into the world and the collective consciousness that you've created in your fan base where they feel seen and heard and held. And you're putting us therapists out of business, but but
No, I don't think so.
no, but even if she
No.
is, she's such a good egg, I'll allow it.
Yes, that's right.
Well, AJ, it was a pleasure.
Yes, it was an interesting. I got some good interesting tidbits out of it.
Interesting
So
tidbits.
it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
And if anything's come out of it, it's I know what I want and
Well,
I want it
I
now.
want it now.
May-
That's it.
Maybe we'll have to analyze Mr. Vane.
Oh, jeez. There's not much to it, honestly. There's not much to that song. Oh, but maybe we'll let us know if you want us to do that song next.
Let us know. Until next
Yes.
time, we'll see you then.
See you then.
On the couch. On the couch.
Thanks for tuning in to Songs on the Couch. We hope you enjoyed putting today's song under the microscope with us.
And hey, the conversation doesn't have to end here. Join us over on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Songs on the Couch, where we're sharing behind the scene clips, more fun music insights, and of course, chatting with you all.
And if you're an artist, musician, psychologist, counsellor, psychotherapist, or know someone who'd love to sit on the couch with us, have your management reach out. We'd love to hear from you at hello@songsonthecouch.com.
Follow us, subscribe, and let's keep rocking out together. Catch you next time on Songs on the Couch.